Alright, good day everyone. This is Jean-Philippe Bélanger for flight in the new DCS F-5E Tiger 2 module. We're gonna start up the F-5, do a little intercept and RTB. So I'm gonna start by arming the jet. Do that with the radio menu. F8 for ground crew. Rearm and refuel. We're gonna go with two M9 P5, which are in theory all aspect missiles. The large centerline fuel tanks and two smaller tanks on the wings. Standard combat mix load. That looks good.
Request rearming. Copy.
So that gives us a chance to look at the F-5 from the outside. Beautiful model. Okay, we have the centerline tank. It's a small jet. Waiting on the two M9s. There's one.
Rearming complete.
And here's two. We're gonna go back inside. First thing we do is start the two generators and the battery. Then we're gonna start our fuel pumps and the pylon tanks fuel pump first. Now the F-5, I'm going to start my beacon as well. The F-5 requires an outside air source to start. So we're going to talk with our ground crew again. The F-8 ground air supply and connect first. Request to connect ground air supply.
Copy.
Ground crew chief says copy, and the ground air supply is now connected. Now what we're going to do is we're going to apply air to the left engine, push the engine start button for the left engine, and advance the left throttle. Once that's done, we're going to do the same for the right engine. Okay, all clear around me. Ground crew again. Ground air supply and apply. Now I'm looking for that gauge here. This is the RPM gauge. Left engine. Once we see 10%, we go start here and advance the throttle. That looks good. Now we're going to do the same for the right engine. F8. F5. And apply again.
Copy.
And I'm looking here. 10%. That's good. Start. Our two engines have started. I'm going to close the canopy since it's became quite now noisy in here. Okay, everything looks good. Now I'm going to start on the left. trim dampers on. That's good. I'm not gonna touch the radar yet. I don't want it to overheat. That's good, good. Okay. The field elevation at QTC here is 150. So that gives us an altimeter of 3086. No, 3089. I'm gonna uncage my artificial horizon here. That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna select the tack end for QTC, which is 44 X-ray. Transmit and receive, and now we're hearing the tone. I'm gonna lower the volume. That's good. UHF radio to both. I'm not gonna contact ATC because it's a bit broken in the game right now. But I do know that my AWACS is on 237. So we're gonna select that right now. Looks good. Pitot heat on. We don't want this to ice on us, and we're gonna boot up the RWR. And oxygen on, normal. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna put my trim for takeoff at about 5 or 6. That looks good. Now we're gonna ask for the air to be disconnected, otherwise we're gonna get the nasty warning from the crew chief as we move. So I go ground crew again, air supply, disconnect. Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected. Now I'm gonna put the flaps in the automatic mode. Surprisingly, as old as this aircraft is, it has automatic flaps. And the air brakes should be still out right now. And they are, so I'm gonna close them. Here we go. And okay, looks like we're ready to taxi. I'm gonna put the radar in standby mode. Allow it to warm up a bit, and we should be able to put it in the operation mode once we're airborne. Okay, ready to taxi. While we taxi, I'm gonna spawn our target, our TOY. No. Spawn random TOI.
Enfield 1-1, Magic Bra.
245 for 90.
490 at 17,000 knots.
Okay, so that's our magic, the AWACS, that's giving us a bra. Call to the target. So easy to taxi with the Oculus Rift. I can just look around the nose, look around me, see if I have enough clearance to move around obstacles. Makes it super easy to judge distances. Okay, before we go on the runway, I want to show you something. This is something that was put on the Canadian F-5 first, I believe. So the front landing gear has an adjustable strut that can be raised to increase the angle of attack during our takeoff run. So it's actually the switch right here. So I'm going to flick it and go on the outside view, and we're going to see the nose raise to increase our angle of attack before takeoff. Whoops. See that? I'm going to do it again. Cool. Okay, like I said, I'm not talking to ATC right now because it's a bit broken in the game. I'm sure Eagle Dynamics is working on it. Okay, we're gonna line up and make sure our front landing gear is straight. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna apply the brakes, do a little check around the cockpit, see if I haven't forgot anything. The flaps are at full. Landing light is on. Okay, now I'm gonna advance the throttle to 90%, release the brakes, and then slowly advance it to full. Okay, throttle. Whoops. Well, okay. And we're gonna rotate at about 150 knots. 150. Okay, we got 90%. Release the brakes and advance slowly to full afterburn. Airspeed is alive. So 150 rotates. And positive rate of climb, gears up. Gears are up. I'm trimming the aircraft right now. That is good. Okay, don't want to burn too much fuel. I'm gonna turn on our radar. Whoops. It's in search mode at 40 miles. And we're gonna contact Magic for bogey dope.
Magic in field 1-1. Request bogey dope.
25070,000.
250 470 at 17,000 knots.
So I'm gonna turn to heading 270. Five zero to 70. 7.
Magic in field 1-1. Request bogey dope. In field 1-1.
25070.
470 at 17,000 knots.
Okay, we're gonna roll out to 50. Still in the climb, 2,000 feet a minute. Still have 10,000 feet to go. Okay, we're gonna prep our aircraft for the intercept by doing fencing. So we're gonna turn off our beacon. Radar is good. Select our M9s and go in missile mode. See the aiming reticle in the HUD is now displayed. Now all we need to do is flick on the master arm and we're good to go. Okay, it's 50 miles at 250. We're still on the good heading. The range of the radar is about 40 miles, so we should be able to see it soon. I'm gonna raise the radar antenna because it's quite a bit higher than us still. Yeah, I was saying all we need to do now is flick on the master arm and we're ready to shoot both the cannon and the missiles. If we look at our RWR, we see that the A3 should be somewhere to our right, orbiting, and he's the one giving us vectors to the TOI. Not sure what the TOI is at this time, so we're gonna go for a visual ID first. Okay, must be about 40 miles out now. I'm gonna play with my antenna, try to find a counterattack. Oh, we have some hits right in front of us. A bit higher. That's good, very good. So he's about 35 miles out. And ask for another bogey dope to make sure it's the right guy. The declare function doesn't work for some reason.
Magic in field 1-1. Request bogey dope. In field 1-1. Magic bra.
5224.
At 17,000 knots.
Yeah, that looks like him. Looks like we're almost at the right altitude. I'm gonna put my radar to the 20 range mode. We won't be able to get the lock, but the cursor can be moved now. I'm gonna enable the shafts and flares. just in case we need to take some evasive maneuvers, because I really don't know what this DOI is. I think I have a visual in the distance. Small dot. Approaching the 10 miles line. We should be able to get a lock soon. Whoops. 10 miles. Gonna go for a soft lock. We have a lock. Merged at 14,000. Okay, I'm gonna try to stern behind him with a bit of lead. Looks like a small jet. Using the air brakes right now, trying to slow down. Yeah, we have a small civilian jet, 2 engines, 3 engines. I think that's a Yak 40, if I'm not mistaken. We have the Russian flag on the tail. Looks like an Aeroflot aircraft. Tail number Romeo Alpha 87999. I move up front, trying to gain the attention of the pilot. Gonna rock arm my wings. Nothing.
Enfield 1-1, Magic Bra 12340.
40. Okay, I'm gonna try a headbutt, which is a warning measure. I mean, this aircraft has violated Georgian airspace. And flares, flares. Whoa. The Oculus makes it really easy to track a target with your eyes. So much better than the Track IR. The tracking is perfect. Okay, we're gonna pretend that we got the engagement order. Fortunately, we're gonna have to shoot this guy down because he's a threat to Zugdidi to our left here. I'm gonna go with the guns. We'll slow down to get some distance. 2-stage trigger on the F5. First stage. Whoops. Master arm on. You can hear the M9 tone. Like I was saying, 2-stage trigger on the F5. First stage opens up small deflectors in front of the cannons to prevent fumes from getting inside the engine. And second stage is going to fire the guns. Okay, first stage. And fire. Looks like we have a hit. And he's down. Splash 1. Weapon safe. Looks like Kina's gonna crash in the forest, hopefully. And there's a village there. Okay, in between those two villages. Okay, time to RTB. Base is right there, that's good. Start my descent. Put back the radar to 40 miles just in case. The TACAN is working, 10 miles from the base. I think the course for the runway is about 070. Now, this aircraft is not equipped with anti-skid, so we don't want to lock up the brakes on our once we touch down. Since we're a bit heavy, I'm gonna use the drag chute, which is the white handle on the left side of the cockpit here. It says drag chute. My air brakes to slow us down. Can turn on my beacon. We're gonna fence out. Okay. Air brakes in. Gear down. Okay. Easy. Oh, our center line tank is empty. Or pylon, rather. I'm gonna switch to the center tank. So the two smaller tanks are empty, and I switch to the center tank. Losing some speed here. Flaps are fully down. The wind is coming from the right. That's why my nose is pointing a bit to the right. Into the wind. We're a bit high now. To increase my angle of attack. Oh, I want... Oh, wash. Nope. We're gonna go around. We were coming in too high, and I think I have to lower the strut of the center, the front gear. I'm not sure. It's no biggie, we have plenty of fuel. Forgot to deselect my M9s. Gears down. Three green. Well, it won't let me. This one is not easy to land, which is a good thing. It's more fun. The flight model is really good. Feels alive. All right. Let's see if we can do this right this time. Coming in fast. Okay, around the ground. Direct shoot. Gonna apply the brake slightly. Just tapping them. Alright. Not too bad. No, it was shit. I bet my butt would be hurting. But I don't think we broke anything. Whoops. Okay, if we want to release the chute, that's like this, I think. Yep. Alright, we're gonna take the next taxiway. I think the procedure now is to open the air brakes. Okay. Woohoo! Also, we want to turn off the radar because it can overheat on the ground, and we don't want to microwave the ground crew, so we're going to put it to off, and now we would taxi back to the ramp. So that's it, guys, for the F5. Great module. Oh, only 2 weeks after release, and it's really, really good. I mean, I highly recommend it. Go check it out at digitalcombatsimulator.com. Or Belsimtek.com, and if you want to fly with us at the F-5E, you're more than welcome. Just look for us on Google. We have a YouTube channel now, 5e Escale Virtuelle du Canada, or the 5th Virtual Wing of Canada. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time for another flight in DCS. Cheers.